Hey, welcome back.
Good idea. I like ideas.
I guess today I will talk a little bit more about the Federalist Papers. That conversation that Abby and Mel had.
Go.
Oh God! Don't make the pregnant lady do that.
So what's your idea? One sec.
Bye.
What are you doing? Getting us out of here? Okay.
I worked
go
for a
slow.
summer at this CPA place, just like
One
filing
advantage of being
papers and
pregnant.
stuff.
Low center of gravity.
And
I'll take your word for it.
all the office was like these older women. And there was this one lady who would come in at like
What, you're not
4
even
o'clock
watching?
for some reason, and she would work at night.
What?
And all the other people they didn't like her. And so whenever she came in,
Thank you.
it would get kind of like, you'd feel like this weird energy, like this awkwardness. And then one day the lady, I remember, I don't know, she asked, there was 2 other ladies in the office, and then there was me. I was just on the computer like doing paperwork and Excel sheets and stuff. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. What do you want me to do? Something over there. The lady who comes in late, they didn't like her, the 2 other people. So the person that they didn't like, she asked the other person, did I do something wrong? Do you guys not like me? And then what does the other person say? She's obviously going to be like, no, of course, we love you. Are you kidding? You're crazy. What are you talking about? I remember thinking, I mean, if I was in the situation, I probably would have done the same thing. I remember thinking that's pretty cowardly. Like, if you don't like somebody, you should probably tell them. Especially if you're going to keep working with them.
Okay. Getting closer to the hatch.
But nobody would ever say that to me. Like, do you not like me? Did I do something wrong? If anybody ever said that, I would just say, no, like, I'm really like an awkward person. I'm not good at talking, so I just am quiet all the time. So I'm sorry if you feel that way. I'm like that with everybody, so sorry. Because that's the truth. I've never really felt like,
Hey,
I don't know,
smart.
like not liking somebody was something they did. Because I just assume everybody else is doing what they're supposed to be doing, and I'm doing the wrong thing. But that lady didn't feel that way. She hated that person, and she didn't say anything.
Is he still trying to fix that thing up?
She didn't want it to be awkward, but I mean, it was already awkward. She didn't want to make it worse. Tell the person.
Everybody's got their obsession.
The problem is, if she did tell the person, she would have to confront that. Well, she didn't really have a good reason for not liking her. She just kind of. I remember the two people who didn't like her were kind of like younger, and the other person was kind of older, and she's a little bit weird. So they didn't really talk to her that much. So they had like their own little clique in the corner, and then she would come in and she'd feel like excluded, I guess.
This is useful.
That was a weird situation. I never really been in that kind of a. Maybe when I was younger in school, I would see like other people getting bullied and stuff. Kind of reminded me of that, I guess. Because nobody ever really bullied me. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Just, that conversation between Abby and Mel was like, do you hate me? It reminded me of that. I don't know. Yeah, those two ladies that were there, they were nice to me. But it was this thing of like this older lady would talk to them, and then they would have this weird demeanor with her. Like they would just be like, they would just get like sad, and they'd just be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Are you talking to me again? And then when they would talk to each other, they'd be like happy and like giggling and stuff. So obviously she saw that and it made her feel bad, and that made me feel like, oh, I hate this place, and then I left. This is where I had the glitch. I did something weird, like I fell down here with the ladder, and the ladder was just like flying all over the place, and it was glitching out. And I never got a glitch in the first game. Oh, I remember what I did. I was gonna place it here, and then as I was placing it, I fell down this like little lip, and then the ladder just started freaking out. Can I do it again? No. I wanted to try to do it. And then you do this, I think.
Nice. Good thinking.
Nice. Okay, Federalist number 7. That's enough of that other nonsense. That doesn't matter. Let's talk about Hamilton. Here comes the gender vote. Number 7. What was number 7 about? Okay, I should maybe preface every time I talk about the Federalist Papers with 1787. Hamilton, John Jay, James Madison wrote Federalist Papers to try to convince people they should ratify the Constitution and get rid of the Articles of Confederation, because they wanted the states to have a strong central government and not to be weak confederacies. There's your summary. I'll say that every time, maybe, I don't know. Here comes the general.
There they are. Manny! Be right down.
Okay.
Look. Fob, sweet fob. Almost there. Bet we can cut through that rail yard. You want to get off the roof first? Please. It's kind of hard to imagine you being afraid of anything.
Oh yeah, I'm afraid of heights.
Like, I could never do the surgery stuff you do. Be too freaked out about fucking it up.
I think they call that a Hitchcock pull because they do it in Vertigo, maybe? I saw Vertigo once a long time ago. When he's at the top of the bell tower and he looks down and it's like... What they do is... They pull the camera up, but they zoom in, or they push the camera down and they zoom out at the same rate. So you get this weird, this kind of cool effect where it looks like the ground is moving away from you, but the camera's staying in the same place. That's what it looks like, but it's like it's a cool thing what you do with the camera. It's like a neat little trick. I like it. I like whenever they do it. The famous one is in Jaws. Spielberg does it with the guy when he's on the beach. It's hard to do a good one because it's pretty like filmmaker 101-y. Everybody knows about it, so if you do it, you have to really do it in a smart way, because otherwise people who know stuff about film would be like, ugh, you're just doing something you learned on your first day of film school.
Alice.
I think I saw it in maybe Knives Out. They did it, and I don't know.
Been quiet out here?
Yeah. I don't like.
Oh, we're almost to the phone.
So for Federalist number 7, all I wrote was the territory is vast and unsettled, and that means they're gonna. I mentioned that yesterday. They're gonna fight over it because in Europe, the territory is already settled, so they still have wars, but it's hard for them to like encroach in an area and to claim it's theirs because everything's already like been there for like 1,000 years.
The girl who writes the wall.
Oh, I love that one.
Drink.
But Virginia could like creep in on part of North Carolina and say, well, this is ours, because there's nobody there. Like there's a lot of wilderness out there, and they could just like start colonizing, and then North Carolina will say, wait a minute, you're... It's easier for there to be land disputes in there, North America, the colonies. And And Hamilton really likes the word umpire because he's like, the federal government is a good umpire for land disputes. It's better than just having two confederacies say, well, this is my land, and then the other confederacy say, well, no, it's mine. There's no umpire there. The federal government can come in if you have one and you're not just two confederacies, and say, well, let's make a compromise or something. Virginia, you get half of the land, and North Carolina, you get the other half. Okay, good.
Guys, down this way.
I hate this area. This is my least favorite area.
We'll follow the tracks. That'll get us back on the main road to the fob.
Here comes the jitter. Oh, boop, boop, I still have this stupid Hamilton song stuck in my head, even after like a month of listening to it. I keep saying like. Stop saying like so much. Here comes the general. The moment you've been waiting for. Keep eyes. Keep eyes. I don't really know what you're supposed to do in this area. I remember playing this a long time, and I had no idea. You could hide, and then they would find you, and I was waiting for them to pass, and there was more of them behind them. I don't know what to do. So what's Federalist number 8? Oh, Hamilton used a fancy Latin phrase. I forget what it is, but it translates to divide and command. Divide and conquer. No, divide and command. In perpetuie ben... I don't know. Beni vidi vici. He was just saying it's easier for other nations to meddle with us if they can easily divide us. Like I mentioned last week. They're gonna see me. Number 8, consequences of hostilities between states. Okay, so 5, 6, and 7 were about whatever domestic stuff, and then this is like, well, what's the consequences of that? Here they come. He's gonna see me. Nope. What do I do? Ah. If this was normal mode, they definitely would have seen me. I guess maybe I can just go past, because it's easy mode. I remember thinking, this is what it seems like you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait, and then they go past you, and then you can just go to the end without killing anybody, but it never worked. People kept finding me. I think maybe I just got stuck in a bad checkpoint or something. The moment you've been waiting for. Europe is old and has fortifications. We are new. Big states, be afraid. Oh. Well, he mentioned something kind of fun, which is like, you know, if you're a big state, you might be thinking, well, yeah, let's do confederacies because we can bully the small states. But don't think that way, because the history of war has shown us that sometimes the small states can win, so big states should be in favor of a federal government too, because you might lose a war against a small state. I don't remember why. What was the reason why small states win? I don't know. I mean, like Vietnam beat us, so we beat Britain, right? Oops. I think I can just sneak past. There's no. Yeah, she would definitely would have seen me if this was in hard. Because I was looking right at her. God, so many of them. Wait, that guy had a gun, didn't he? I thought they're not allowed to have guns. Yeah, he has a gun. That's not allowed. I thought it was like against their religion to have guns.
Shit. It's a dead end.
Where do I go? I don't remember. It's up here somewhere. Nope, 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 nope. Ah, what am I doing? I can get this guy. Maybe? Don't fall. Don't fall. She fell. Okay, then we gotta go quick. They're gonna find her. Looks like we made it. I guess I did already kind of talk about these points. What, the U.S. advantage, similar to UK, we are separated from them. Yeah. That was Federalist number 8. I guess I agree. It's so pretentious. Oh, God. It's a nice thought that every state can do what they want, but we really are stronger together. Opposition would say commercial republics governed by mutual economic interest. Hamilton says immediate interests overrule eventual passions. So, whatever that means. I think we have to fight these guys. Or we could do this. There's no way we get out of this, right? Where was I supposed to go? Hey, what's that? Run. Yeah, I think this is what you're supposed to do. They kind of want you to do this.
There's too many of them.
Oh, gotcha. Ah. Ooh. Somebody up there. Ah. Ah.
It's our gun.
Here they come.
There we go! Let him up, guys!
Fire. All clear. All clear. Ready?
Somebody got hurt, right? Or no? Oh. Doggy's okay. Oh no, he's limping. Is he? No, he's just glitching. Oh, that guy's hurt. That's
Are you
right.
okay? Got you. Hey, let me see your hand.
We're in.
Yeah, well, I guess I talked about all my federalistness. That's good. I thought I had more, but we don't want to drone on about it. Here comes a general. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's the end of the day. What did I talk about today? I don't even know.
I know, we're almost there.
Open the gates! Let him through!
No. What? Look back.
Ooh.
Squeeze this as hard as you can, okay?
Holy shit.
I didn't even feel it. Hey! We got 2. Hey, he's got a gunshot wound to the hand. Hey. You did all right back there. It was almost a compliment.
I'll get help.
Stay, Alice.
Come on, it's this way. Sit. That was a lot of blood, right?
She shouldn't be out.
She'll be okay. She'll be okay.
Hey, who we got here?
Hey, come on, girl. This is Alice.
Come on, Alice. Good girl.
Thank you. These new recruits, I don't trust them. Thanks again, guys.
Okay, I guess I'll keep playing tomorrow. I mean, duh, I'm gonna keep playing it, but I just mean that all in there. I don't really understand why these people ever really leave the base. I mean, they're growing food there. Why did they leave again? They're wasting so much resources when they leave the base, the gun ammo and the fuel. Then they're at risk of, even if they just find clickers and stuff, they're not gonna find supplies out there. I don't know what they're doing. It does feel a little bit like, well, this is an apocalyptic movie, so we have to have soldiers that are just scavenging and stuff, and you're gonna go out and scavenge and come back, but I don't really see a reason why they would ever have to do that. Just guard the perimeter of the stadium and grow your food in the garden. I guess they don't have enough food, maybe, I don't know. They shouldn't really be leaving that much, though. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about why they're leaving so much later. Here comes the general. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I never really talked about the thing I was going to talk about. I should try tomorrow. I got distracted by Hamilton. Hamilton's prose. It is interesting that we don't really teach people to write that way anymore. Just the way Hamilton wrote. I think it does have to do, I mentioned this before, but it does have to do with a lot with business writing. The whole point of business writing is to get your information across in as few words as possible and as little information as possible, because you got to keep doing stuff. The most important thing is productivity and doing stuff. It's not this flowery language of blah 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 blah, saying stuff in a bunch of words that could be said in one. And so we don't have these cool writings anymore, which are really cool and interesting. And I don't know. I mean, even I mentioned this before, but Hillary Clinton wrote a book. I didn't read it, but I imagine she didn't write. Her writing wasn't as eloquent as Hamilton's. She probably wrote a book like I would write a book, just blah blah blah, just using the common tongue. I'm sure. There's no way it's written like Hamilton would write it. And so I do kind of miss. It's probably not the worst thing in the world that it doesn't happen, but I do I miss the passion. To be passionate about something. To be passionate about these federalist papers, and we need a federal government, and I'm going to write 80 essays about why. With this amazing language. And it does, I guess, modern politics, it's kind of reversed. The politicians are afraid. Their biggest fear is they want to get reelected. So they have to do what the people want them to do. But Hamilton was just, he had these convictions and he wanted things a certain way. Didn't really care what other people said. And if he didn't get elected, then he would just be treasury of, or head of treasury or whatever, head of secretary of treasury, which isn't an elected position. And people just liked him because he was passionate about stuff and he was smart. But now, like a local representative is just blurting out stuff that they think other people want them to say. Because it's hard. They are representing those people, so they should voice those opinions, but they should be passionate about certain things and say, no, like, I really believe this is true. And it never feels like a politician's being honest, but it feels like Hamilton's being honest about his position. He really believes that stuff that he's saying. And he's not saying it for any other reason than he wants America to be strong and to live forever. So, whatever. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.